What's up, peeps? Welcome back to MasterWire. We're going to do a pretty quick little tutorial here. I'm going to show you how to do orient rotation to movement, a custom orient rotation to movement that'll allow you to fly around, pick a direction with WASD like you would if you were walking around on the ground like this, but except we can do it in the air, and it is free, so it doesn't really matter what your orientation is in the air. It'll always allow you to use WASD to point forward, back, left, and right, and diagonal directions. If you're using like a controller, it's also able to work with that as well. So let's go ahead and knock this out. It's going to be a pretty quick tutorial. The way that we want to do this, I already have it set up here, so it'll be easier for you to follow along. We're going to need a IA move. We just use the same one from up here with a lateral, so I'm just going to remake this right below it. So orient rotation to move, we need a function for that. Let's just go to make a new function. Call it orient rotations. I'm going to use a S for this one. And this is how it's made. So inside orient rotations, first things first, you need a X and Y value. So let's go ahead and set that up. Let's pull this out. Orient rotations. And let's add two inputs to it using this plus over here all the way to the right. It's going to be two float values. X and Y. And then we just directly connect the triggered value, so it's a tick triggered to start out with, and connect the X and Y. One more thing we're going to need for this is the camera, so we understand what orientation we're in at all times. And let's get the follow camera here. I believe this is a scene component. Scene component down here, object reference, pick that, then connect the follow camera. Good. Let's go ahead and open this up. The X and Y, we'll want to connect that to a tangent. Let's use a tangent degrees. I think that should work just fine. Yeah. Oh, not that one. So type in ATAN2 and get the ATAN 2 degrees. Connect the X and Y. It's going to be a little flipped. What we want to do with the Y is multiply this by -1, probably, just because forward and back is usually flipped. If it's not, you can just set this back to 1 instead of -1. But there we go. That'll give us 360 degrees all around. But there's going to be a bit of an issue with this. Let's get ourselves an output. So to do that, we actually can just do it over here. Once we select the function itself, just use the plus. We'll need 2. So one is going to be a vector, if I can spell that correctly. And the bottom one is going to be the angle. Vector is going to be a vector value, of course. Angle is going to be a float. And then we want to connect these to our compute looking function, compute look, for the vector and the angle, so we can finally use those. And don't connect the execute to the compute looking, just leave that. And let's go in here to see what we have. So now we have this return node here since we got the output values. And we can put this directly into the angle here. And then for the vector, all we want is to find the up vector for the camera. So we have this camera. Let's go ahead and just organize this a bit. Just grab this and move it up if you want to. And you want to get the world rotation first, and then get the up vector. That way it's always based on our camera. And just connect that to the output vector. Now we have this, but there's going to be a few problems once you first start this out. I'll show you. So if we just use it as is, left is back, right is forward, and forward is left, back is right. So it's 90 degrees off right now. We can simply just take the ATAN 2 degrees and add 90 degrees to it, or subtract 90 degrees, however yours is set up. Both should work out just fine, and now we can spin around in a circle pretty well, but there's still an issue with it. So let's say if I go left and then I start moving around, you'll notice that it kind of gets out of orientation. The reason it does this is because it's not consistently ticking. So we will want a tick function like we did with this one. What I did is I got a custom event, add custom event, and let's name this Orient tick. That should be fine. Plug that in to the Orient rotations, and of course we want to actually have that working. So up here where we have our event tick, I'm just gonna go ahead and add that. So Orient tick. Nice. Now that fixes that little issue. As you can see, I can go right and then move around and it shouldn't have any issues. Up and down, left and right. Feels pretty good. There's one more issue with this, and that's the fact that, let's say I start out and I just immediately jump in the air to start flying, or press whatever flying button you have set up. It's gonna look right immediately just because I have that add 90 here. So a better way to do this is to just leave this the way it is, but let's get a select float, and it's going to be 90 degrees for A, 0 for B, and then connect this to the add, and we can get this X and Y, and let's make vector 2D, connect the Y. Out of this make vector 2D, we are going to get the length, vector 2D length, and check if it's greater than 0. Plug that into the A. Perfect. Now you have a working Orient rotation to movement with no issues. So you can use this for any kind of flight, honestly, and I don't see any other reason to have this other than if you're having some kind of 360 degrees flight that you need to use this for. But there you go. Pretty quick tutorial. So I think that's going to be it for now for the movement on this little tutorial series. And maybe next time I'm going to start doing some more superhero type stuff. I'll show you how to do animations maybe. Maybe we'll have a whole series just on animating superhero flight animations, and maybe some fighting animations as well. So look forward to that. But all right, like I said, pretty quick video. Just wanted to knock this out really quick and show you how it's done. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any other suggestions, if there's any other videos you want to see or tutorials you want to see at all. But other than that, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for checking this out. Peace.